KT, you guys worked so hard in the off season to build a roster through work in conjunction with the Magic guys that they have in summer league. To have the product in place to get ready to start the season. How exciting is it for you?
Excited. The G League brings challenges every year, but we're excited for a new group. Kind of excited to see where guys start and kind of how they finish. Obviously, trying to play off last year's success and kind of continue that and developing guys. So we look forward to continuing that.
One of the guys you guys developed was Jet Howard, who obviously spent a majority of his time last year with Osceola. What have you guys seen from him in terms of his basketball development and really just his character development now up to this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to be the 11th pick in the draft and then play the majority of your year in the G. But Jet really, I think one of his best traits is that he just dives into the work. So every day he came in here, he practiced, he was a member of our team. He never saw himself as above this, and he used this to get better. And I thought his growth on the defensive end was really, really good. Obviously, he's always been able to make shots, and he's shown that at the NBA level too. So, we're a little biased, of course. We're excited for him, but I think the amount of growth he's had is really exciting, and we just can't wait to see what he does the rest of the year.
And just quickly to that point, you did talk about his defense, which would be my next talking point. What was it defensively that you've seen specifically in terms of his growth since the time he stepped in?
Yeah, I think, anytime you come to the NBA, schemes are different than in college, and so just kind of getting that familiarity. But Jet's a film junkie, so he always wanted to watch some tape with me, and so, just kind of building that process out of obviously the Magic schemes and also understanding tendencies of NBA players and kind of the rhythm of the NBA game, and he grew a ton in that area, and I think, it's showing in how he's playing right now.
Coach, you guys had an opportunity to, Terry Spain with Sports First Media, you all had an opportunity to host the local trials. How was that experience?
Yeah, I mean, I love the local trial process. I started in the D League as an assistant coach in 2013 with the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, now the Indiana Mad Ants. And we had a player who made the team from the local trial process and ended up being a huge component of what we did. I know, Osceola or Lakeland have had guys from the trial process make the team and make huge impacts both here and then moving on in their careers. So we love it to give people opportunity, and you never know where you're going to find a hooper. So one of the cool things about the G League.
Okay, another quick question. So there's an opportunity to bring more fans into the stadium, and you all moved from Lakeland to Osceola. What is the message to the fans that are out there that want to come and watch a basketball game? What would you all tell the fans in regards to that?
I would say for us, we plan to put on an exciting brand of basketball. You'll see guys compete. You'll notice in the G League, the players are super skilled. Obviously, the NBA guys are a lot bigger, from like the forwards, the wings, but the skill level is somewhat a little bit identical. And that's why I think a lot of fans have been to see good skill, teamwork, obviously a representation of the Orlando Magic. So just being able to see guys that are here today but will be on NBA rosters here in the future, I think fans should be excited for them.
And then one other thing on that too, like the growth of our fan base throughout the year last year was pretty cool. So, we're really excited about it. Even just some of the preseason events we've done, a lot of fans. So we think it's gonna be a great atmosphere.
Coach, you work so close with Mose. You came from his staff. You spend summer league. You're out there during training camp. You're out there. Just how good has that symbiotic relationship been, working hand in hand with him and the Magic staff?
Yeah, I mean, as you know, Mose is an A+ human being. So just that first, being able to work with a person like that is truly a blessing, I think. But more so, even just from a basketball standpoint, like being familiar with Orlando schemes and being able to bring that here. And then he also gives us the freedom to coach this team. So, make the adjustments that we need to make for our group. But I think at the same time, when our guys are two-ways assignments, if anyone gets called up, they can step right in and know Orlando schemes too. So Moses is great with that. He always calls me and checks in. So it's been awesome.
Two-way guys, KT, Mac and Trev. What are your expectations for them with your group this season?
Kind of more this. Trevelin was with us last year, and obviously he was a big component of our success, but also his individual success. So for us, with the two ways, kind of in conjunction with Jeff Waltman, who's our leader of the whole process, we want to find guys that we feel that can obviously help in Osceola and help develop, but obviously can help Orlando when needed. And I think Trevelin was able to show that last year. So with Mac, kind kind of this year adding on to that is kind of the same thing. So they'll have some developmental skills they have to develop here while they're with us. The biggest thing is game reps, right? Like sometimes the best reps you can get, the best development is just playing. You know, being down 3 with 4 minutes to go and overcoming that. So those guys will have that opportunity here, and then when needed, they'll go up to them.
We'll be up 3 though with 4 to go.
So just to branch off that for a little bit, with the roster changes, what's been you guys' main focus in building that team chemistry and integrating new players?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. That's what it is. I mean, it's we had a scrimmage on Saturday, and just the more that we can play, the better off we're going to be. But I think one of the really hard things about being in the G League is you're on a new team every year. Whether you come back to the same team, it's still generally a new roster. So it's really amazing how these guys can pick up offense and defense and gel with each other really fast. Our training camp, basically, I think we have 8 practices total before we play, versus like a month you have in the NBA. So our guys have been really good. They've been locked in. We had a great practice today, and we can't wait to get after it on Friday.
Who are some of the new guys that weren't on the roster last year that maybe you said, hey, this guy might be pretty good, or you're excited to see how they develop?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone KT has brought in. I have his, full trust for, he knows the kinds of players we like in our organization, Osceola and Orlando, and he brings them in spades. And, he puts me in a really difficult position with playing time, but we're excited just to see how it gels. And I think in any basketball season, there's always the first couple weeks you're just feeling out how the pieces fit in the lineups and get a little bit of adjustment. But we're trying to do that now. But we got a bunch of high character, super competitive guys that got some talent, so we're excited about it.
Obviously, the G League is a developmental league, but you're also trying to win games as coaches. How do you guys try not to get frustrated where your leading scorers are getting called up, or there's lineup changes? How do you guys not get frustrated with that throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the point of the G League is that. So if you can't, I think in any profession, if you can't celebrate someone else's success, that's not the type of person probably you should be. So it's the point of this. We had that last year. We lost guys to call-ups, and we're super proud of them. And I had a coach once tell me, your goal is to make the players respect you 10 years from now, not necessarily that moment. And so I'm proud of all the guys that we got called up, and that's our goal. I want him to have to get into the waiver pool and pick up 6 new guys. I mean, we're doing our job.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Contract with them, working hand in hand with the Magic. Just how excited are you to embark on that journey?
I'm blessed, honestly, because it's a great environment. It's a great organization. They're hands-on with all the players, whether it's G League or NBA, especially the two ways. They see value in us as far as like a player as well and as a person. So it's nothing for me to come out here and work hard, because they actually care here. They actually show love, and our player development here speaks for itself. As you can see, a lot of players got called up, a lot of coaches got called up last year. You can see development within Jet Howard, Anthony Black. You can just see the growth they had over a year, and I'm just bought into everything they have going on here. And it's up to me to continue to put that work in, because they have the best interest in me as well. So.
You just talked about the coaching staff, just really caring about the players, caring about player development. What is it you think about Jeff Weltman and Jamal Mosley specifically that just embodies exactly what you're referring to?
I think they have a plan, and they know where this organization is headed. I think they're instilling in us that everything we do is bigger than ourselves, and we have a bigger mission than what we have individually, and that's to win a championship. You see the group we have here. We have a young group, young core, Paolo, Jalen, Franz, and all the other guys that fit into that. I think we all mesh really well together, and they want to keep this group together, keep the camaraderie, keep the togetherness going, which is very important in a league like this where there's a lot of pride, ego in the way. The team that stays most together at the end of the day is the team that ultimately wins championships, and I think that's what they have going on here. Whether it's the staff members, it's the players, it's all family orientated.
You guys will have your home opener on Friday. How excited are you to get that and play in front of the fans of Osceola?
I'm really excited. Honestly, I always have a career night against the Spurs. I can't really do that with me. I'm just playing. It's exciting though. We last year was our first year in Kissimmee, a little rodeo gym. I think this year will be a lot more a lot more fans, a lot more like togetherness, not together, like interaction with the fans. I mean, hopefully we can hear them more this year because like it was so far away from the court. But it's an exciting environment, exciting group. I'm just really excited to get the season going. Hopefully we get past the first round this year.
And Trevelin, you also did talk about Anthony Black and Jet, the young guys, them developing. What's the biggest improvement you've seen from those two guys from last year to now?
Just being bought into what's going to help them be the best pro they can be, rather than who they think they are as a player. I mean, you can always be who you are confidently, but at the end of the day, a lot of this league is role players. If you can fit into a role to evolve around the superstars, you'll be here for a long time, you'll be successful. So for everybody to just put that pride to the side and work on your game, what's best for the team. You can always do off the season, you can work on your tween, cross, and all that extra stuff, but at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for the team. You know what I'm saying? And I think they bought into their roles, and I think they're playing at an excellent rate right now.
Trevelin, last year you were the MVP of the G League Up Next game, and can you take us back to last year's NBA All-Star Weekend? What were some of the memories that you had of that whole weekend?
Last year was Indiana, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shit was cold as hell. That's what it was. Why put an All-Star Weekend in a cold city where like we can't do nothing? Like I can't take my family downtown. We can't walk outside. It's cold as hell. But I think like the whole thing, just to be a part of All-Star Weekend is a blessing. As a kid, you grow up watching it. You don't grow up watching the G League All-Star, but like just to have some type of NBA affiliation, to be a part of that, to be recognized for like my hard work, it's a blessing. And to win MVP in front of my family, in front of a bunch of people, it's also an amazing feeling. That was my only mindset going out there was to win MVP. Like I didn't really care about winning the game, respectfully. That's the only MVP I was missing, and I just wanted to get it. And individually, that's what I wanted to do. But that's exactly what I wanted to do. It was fun, honestly, just to be out there. It was way too cold.
Any players that stood out in your mind as someone that like was really cool to meet?
I think Oscar Sheway. I think he came. You can just tell some people's got a serious approach about everything they do. He was the only one that came out of layup lines with headphones on and sweating, like sprinting, doing closeouts, practicing rebounding and shit. I'm like, bro, my fault. Just doing stuff like that. So it's just respecting him that he just took his craft really serious.
Last question. One more.
Who's the better golfer?
Me. I'm the best golfer on the team, by the way. I'm the best golfer. He's the only one that hits a hybrid 110 yards from the pin.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Goes out 3 wood 110 yards from the pin. It works for you, but...
Trev, I have one more. Last year you were back and forth between the G League and the Magic. How do you, in those moments, stay calm and just kind of deal with it as a professional, getting called up in those moments?
I said, if you're bought into what they need from you as a team, like here they need me to be more vocal, more on ball, more active with the team on the court. Up top, they need me to be the best defender, the best catch-shoot player I can be, and to be a good locker room guy. So there's nothing for me to buy into both of them, but also have a balance within that, which is taking the time to yourself. Like I have kids, so whenever I'm home, I try to do as much as I can with the kids and take my ease off the job. I know when I get here, it's strictly business. And I know when I'm up top and down low, I have 2 different types of people I have to be. I mean, so it's nothing for me to be a good leader and a good person. At the end of the day, that's what pays off. I'm continuing to put the work in, continue to buy in for what they need from me, whether it's G League or NBA, and continue to grow as a person.
Thanks, Trevelin.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Trev.
Place 2 years in a row, so I feel comfortable. Everybody here is good people, as I've said in my interviews, and I'm just happy to be here around them and have a chance to kind of have be a part of the main team as well as I'm super excited about.
Trevelin talked earlier about just how much he feels as if Jamal Mosley and this entire staff really cares about player development and the individual. How do you feel like they've helped you grow as an individual and just as a basketball player on and off the court?
Yeah, I mean, they've just been really honest with you. You know what I mean? I feel like being in different organizations, you see like how much they do care here. They do watch. They do pay attention to everybody, and that's been awesome. Just the transparency and being able to talk with them about anything, and even to the G League guys, like they have whole plans for us throughout the whole year, what they want to see us do, what the big team wants to see us do. So it's like just having that clarity and being able to trust someone is really big to me.
For you, individually, you guys went to the first round of the playoffs. What would a successful season with Osceola look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, winning a championship is always the number one goal. I feel like everybody knows that. Like the first thing I say, like if you're not expecting a championship, I don't want to be here. Like I don't want to do something not wanting to be the best. I have to be the best team. So yeah, that's definitely our goal.
and you guys will have your home opener in Osceola on Friday. How exciting is that to get a chance to play in front of the fans again?
It's so great. I mean, last year it was cool. You know, you start recognizing fans and kind of building relationships with them. So, yeah, man, like you were saying, just to be back, it's such a cool and like it feels like family. And I feel like, you know, it's almost like I'm a part of this family. So it's really cool.
Some of the other young guys on the team, AB and Jet, you've gotten to spend a lot of time with these guys back and forth. You know, what kind of growth have you seen from those two guys since last season?
A lot, man. I mean, I remember training camp just watching Jet play defense and, you know, find his rhythm in a role. And we already knew Jet was so incredibly talented, man. Like, he just, in all, some of the things he can do. So he's grown so much. He's been in the gym all summer, which is awesome to see. AB, he's made a huge jump as well, man. It's just like, it almost feels like your success, seeing them be successful because, you know, you've been around them and you want the best for them. So that's really cool to see.
Having won 2 slam dunk championships, is it a goal to hit number 3, be the second one to do that?
We'll see, man. I don't know. I think it's definitely some questions I've got already. After the first one, it was, are you doing it again? And then after the second was, are you going to try to do it 3 times? So. Yeah. I'm just going to think on it, pray on it, and if it feels right, and, you know, I want to be really prepared if I did it again.
And were there any areas of your game that you felt like you needed to work on this offseason, specifically?
Yeah, I mean, I think I wanted to show some things that I knew I could do. So in training camp, it was really important for me to pick up full court and say, hey, like, I can be a pest on defense and show them I can be a point guard as well, you know, and I think, you know, being in the G League and NBA teams, they do monitor the G League, but they don't get to see it as closely, you know, as, you know, the head coach and all these people. They have their own season they got to take care of. So it was just important for me to show that and, you know, show them I can do those things. All right, y'all. Good seeing you guys.
Again, playing basketball in Osceola.
I'm very excited. You know, it's been a long, I guess, month and a half since I've been here. I've enjoyed every day of it. So we got a great group of guys, great group of coaches. Front office is very good. Very excited.
What's been your impression so far of Dylan Murphy, just your relationship with him and just how everything's been transpiring?
Definitely a player's coach. You know, he's going to make sure that we're comfortable, that we're heard. You know, if we have any concerns or comments or whatever, he's very, very open about making sure that, you know, we can bring them to him, whether they align with his ideas or sometimes, you know, we have some pushback. But, you know, it's been great so far getting to know Dylan, and I'm very excited for the year that's coming.
Any individual goals you have for this season?
Just go out and play a little bit better than I did last year. Play a little bit better tonight. You know, show you know, the Magic front office, show all 30 teams that, you know, I've improved from the player I was last year. That's pretty much it.
Is there anything specific that you think that they want to see from you?
I think that I can shoot the ball. You know, obviously that's a big area to improve on. And then they just want to see me guard 1-5. Bring the things that I bring every night, energy and effort. That's what I've been asked of so far.
Spent some camp time with the Magic. How does that help as you transition into this part of the G League season?
It definitely helps. You know, coming down here, majority of us spent some time up there with the Magic. So, you know, for us to come down here and already know the majority of, you know, the sets, the schemes, the principles, definitely helps. You know, we can have a quick walkthrough just to tune everybody up, and then, you know, day 2, we're, instead of installing stuff still, we're right to action. So.
Mac briefly talked about how the expectations should be for you guys to go out there and win a championship. What kind of pieces do you feel like you guys have in order to make that happen this year?
Well, we've obviously got 2 spectacular guards in Mac and TQ. You know, we got a Jared Culliver, who's also a very dynamic wing. Can play, you know, 1, 2, and 3. Ethan Thompson, an elite shooter. Bring myself. Rob Baker is obviously a very skilled big. You know, Chris, very athletic. And then we're very, very deep. You know, our bench is very, very deep. Guys like Alex Morales just play the right way, play very hard, make the right play every time. And then we don't really have any personal agendas. You know, everybody out here kind of understands that, you know, the more we win, the better we're all going to do individually, and we've really bought into that throughout camp.
What are your thoughts about Central Florida, being new to the area? What have you discovered so far?
I like it. I'm glad to be back on the East Coast. Glad to be in warmer weather. This time last year, I had to be in a hoodie and sweatpants every day, which I don't mind at all. It's definitely better to have the option to throw some shorts on and walk out the door.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
In the G League, so me pushing myself to try to be one of the best players in the G League, only helping myself to like just be the best I can be, working hard, just playing with that confidence I know I can play, and taking that anywhere I go, whether it's up top in the G League, anywhere I play, just being that same player, the best version of me.
Get a chance to play in front of the fans in Osceola on Friday. You know, how excited are you for that opportunity?
I'm excited to start the game at home. Our first game's a home game, so being able to do that, and I heard a lot of great things about the Osceola fans, and I'm ready to play in front of them, showcase them what I got. And for me, I love the fans because they get to see me put my heart out there every night, and at the end of the day, fans respect that. So that's what I want to do. I want to go do and win games in front of them.
Is there a message that you have for fans about the upcoming season?
Yeah, for the fans, for this upcoming season, we got a lot of talent. So, I mean, you don't want to miss a night. It's so much talent on this team from top to bottom. You never know what you're going to see on a nightly basis. So come out, support, and we need the support as well. It always helps.
Are there going to be any butterflies for the opening night?
Maybe a little. I mean, it's always a little butterflies here and there, but I mean, it's basketball, so I feel like I went through a phase like in high school where I used to get super nervous before games, and I always played good. So I know how to, if I do get nervous, I know how to manage that, and if I don't, I know how to go out there and play. So I'm excited for it more than anything.
Just to follow up on that, who do you look to as a mentor when things kind of aren't going your way and you get a little bit frustrated here and there?
Yeah, I go to my family, and then I'm a very faith-based person, and I always go to God. Just reading my Bible and just know that things is bigger than basketball. I have a platform, and it's just the game is bigger than basketball to me. I want to use my platform to bring people closer to God, and be that type of person, let His light shine through me. And then my brothers, they've been playing basketball for a while, and they're just older than me, so it's great advice they always give me, and I can always go to them about anything.
Jared, you and Mac obviously both played at Texas Tech, obviously at different times, but did you guys have a relationship before arriving here?
Yeah. I mean, he used to come back to Lubbock, and I'm from out there, so we used to always meet up, and we worked out this summer together a little bit, had like 1 or 2 workouts together and at the old facility at Tech, a new facility now, but yeah, that's my guy, the Texas Tech bond. I mean, we just always had that respect for each other, and getting to know each other has been great.
Thank you. Appreciate this journey with Osceola this season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a great experience being able to go to training camp with the Magic. Learned a lot. Was able to play with them as well. So it's always a good experience when you're around NBA eyes, NBA talent. So just trying to take what I learned there and then convert it over to our season here.
Ethan, I heard you're a big Dodgers fan.
Yeah.
Someone told me. So, what was your thoughts on the World Series win and beating the Yankees?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, first of all, anytime we beat the Yankees, I'm always happy. Then do it in the World Series and the way that we did it, it was some great games, and I'm always proud of the Dodgers. So, yeah.
You guys will tip off your home season here on Friday. How excited are you to do that in front of the fans at Osceola?
I'm very excited. Anytime we get to lace them up and play basketball is a fun opportunity for me. And then, to be able to have the first one at home in front of the fans will be good too.
A lot of your teammates have said that you bring elite shooting to the team. What else would you say that you bring to the team besides that?
I feel like just being able to be a good teammate, I feel like that goes a long way, especially through a long season. Trying to bring positive energy to every environment, every meeting, in practice, whatever it is, and I feel like that's something I would do too.
Ethan, being part of the G League Up Next game, you were there for NBA All-Star Weekend. What was that experience like? What were some of your memories of that?
It was a great experience for sure. It was a good event for the G League Up Next game. a lot of talent in the G League, of course. So the game was fun to watch, fun to be a part of, and yeah, it was overall a good experience.
Was there anything in the off season that you focused on training wise to get prepared for this upcoming season?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this off season I try to get stronger in the gym. That carries a long way, not only just physically, but like in terms of injury prevention and all that type of stuff. I feel like that was one of my main focuses. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.